Hello everyone, this YouTube video will be my accompaniment for my blog post about how to play a proper endgame in Blitz. Number 1, pawn endgames. So here we have the standard position where no pieces are on the board, just the king and pawns. The first guideline you should all know is that you should centralize your king. In order to centralize your king, you need to bring your king to these 4 squares, because these squares are the center. So to do that, you should push your center pawns first. And let's say if black plays the worst moves possible. So as black, I'll play worst bad moves, and as white, I'll show you how to play. So white should start off with something like e4. And here, black should try to push in the center. However, now white advances his king, and black is just going to play on the side and play a horrible position. White will continue bringing his king up. And here, white will play e5. And that is make sure that there's an en passant over there. But for example, let's just say that black doesn't know what he's doing, and then black just plays like g6. Then white can play king d4. And now if black does not play b6 to stop the king and plays like something like a6, now white is all of a sudden winning, because now white's king is centralized and it's coming into black's position. And now something like king d8 can just be met with king d6. And now if black's king goes here, white kings go here, and black's king comes that way, white king will go this way. This means that white has plenty of room to push his pawns. It has a lot of tempo moves. For example, if black plays a5, white can block the pawn with a4. And now if black plays b6, white can play b3. And now if black tries doing this, then g4, c5, and now black has run out of possible tempo moves with his pawn, and he must move his king. And for example, if he plays king e8, then white is able to play king c7. And if white plays king c7, black is able to play king e7, but now black drops his pawns. And if white plays king c8, we'll play king e7 going the other way, and now all black's pawns are lost. So white will be easily winning. And the second motif that we should know is pass pawns. So if I refresh the analysis board, and I'll just show you some quick example. So here is something that is called a protected pass pawn. So this means that white is able to win without even using his king. And this is how. For example, if I put this position, in order to see if black's king can stop the pawn, draw or visualize a diagonal line from your pawn to the back rank. Now draw a line from the back rank square all the way down. And then you draw a line from the pawn to the square of the intersection. Now this square is the key square. If black is in any of this area here, black will be able to stop the pawn. So as you can see, if black is in any of this area, then black will be able to stop the pawn. However, as you can see, black's king is not in that area. So here, white is able to win with a5. And as you can clearly see, black will be unable to stop the pawn, and white will be able to queen. And if we go back, if we just reanalyze this in a blitz game, this is extremely helpful, as if you can see this queening square with its 4 corners here, this will save you a lot of time, because then you can just start pre-moving all of these moves, which is extremely helpful. And then one last motif that is extremely common is the protected pass pawn. So here we will see white having a protected pass pawn, and black having a king, and black having 2 pawns against white's pawn here. So here is a position where white should be able to win. And the example is because now this pawn, if you draw the square here, this is the square where black's king needs to be in. However, black can't really stay in here, because if black stays in the square, then black will be unable to support his queenside. All of the queenside squares, the black king cannot come over. This means that if white is able to advance his king, black is quite stuck. Black, although can draw in this position with king e5, and white sincerely doesn't have any way to break through, white still has all the chances in the world. For example, let's just do this. So yeah, in this position, now white is able to play king d4, and this pushes black's king back. And now white should be able to win, because now after king f6, white is able to bring his king into the position. And here, black has to play extremely precisely in order to win. And here is another example. So here, white has won the opposition. This is why king e5 is a bad move. However, if black plays well, after king e5, black will king e6. And here, black has a lot more chances. White is still winning. But now, because of the position going on, now white is completely able to win, and he will be able to win the g-pawn. So that is the power of a protected passed pawn. Now, after you've watched this video, you can also check out my blog post. So it will be, if you search it up, or if you have read it already, it will say how to play a proper endgame in Blitz pawn endgames. And this is my written article that shows you a lot more information. Hope you have fun with it.